everyone, and welcome to today's deep dive. We're going to be diving into a really popular YouTube video by Adam Erhart, who is an expert in marketing with over 10 years of experience helping businesses like yours grow. And instead of, just doing random acts of marketing and hoping that they work, we are going to be giving you a proven playbook to build a marketing strategy that actually gets results.
I like it. What's so fascinating about Erhart's approach is it helps you break free from those random acts of marketing, as you said, and really gives you a clear path.
I love that. It's like having a roadmap instead of wandering around in the marketing wilderness. Now, Erhart kicks things off with a question that I think a lot of people struggle with. Should you figure out your offer first or your target market first?
That's a great question. And Erhart actually has different advice depending on whether you're starting a brand new business.
Or if you've already got something up and running.
Exactly. So for those of you starting from scratch, he gets that. It can feel overwhelming.
Yeah. So he suggests you begin by thinking about a target market that really clicks with you, an audience you feel genuinely connected to.
Right. Think of it this way. You'll have much more success.
If you feel like you're part of the group you're trying to reach.
Yeah, like you're a member of that group. You know exactly what they're thinking.
It's like speaking their language because you already speak it yourself.
Exactly.
You understand their needs and desires because you share them. That makes total sense. But what about those of us who are already running a business?
Okay. So if you're in that boat, Erhart recommends taking a good look at all the things that you offer.
Okay. And picking the one that seems to be performing the best.
Yeah, the one that's already working.
Yeah.
And to help you with this, he suggests applying the 80-20 principle.
Oh, absolutely. I love the 80-20 principle.
Have you heard of that one before?
Yeah. It's the idea that 80% of your results really come from just 20% of your efforts.
Right. So in this case, it means figuring out which 20% of your offerings are bringing in.
80% of your business.
Exactly. And that 20% can reveal your most valuable customer segment, the offer. That resonates most strongly with them.
I got it. It's all about focusing your energy where it has the biggest impact. Makes sense. Now, once you've got a solid grasp on your offer.
Okay. Erhart shifts gears to goal setting.
Okay. And he's not a stickler for overly specific, measurable goals, but he does believe that
you need a clear sense of direction. He calls it your North Star. And it's all about
avoiding the trap of marketing for marketing's sake.
Exactly. You don't want to just be creating content for the sake of creating content.
Right. It needs to have a purpose.
Right. It has to have a goal. It has to be driving towards something.
So true. And it's so easy to get caught up in chasing vanity metrics.
Like tons of likes and shares.
Yeah. But those don't always translate into actual results.
Exactly. Erhart suggests a really simple approach.
Okay. To setting goals, start with the outcome you want. Things like more sales or higher revenue, and then work backward from there.
Right. So you kind of like reverse engineer your success.
We'll love it. I love it.
So let's say you want to hit a certain revenue target.
Okay. To achieve that, you'll need a specific number of sales.
Right. To get those sales, you might need a certain number of leads.
And to get those leads, you might need a certain number of clicks to your website.
Exactly. You're working backwards.
Yeah.
And you're breaking down your big, ambitious goal into smaller, more manageable steps.
Yeah. And that can make the whole process feel a lot less daunting.
Way less daunting.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the heart and soul of any successful marketing campaign. Your target market.
I was going to say target market.
Yeah. This is where Erhart gets super passionate.
Okay. He believes that. Empathy is absolutely crucial.
Empathy. You need to truly understand your customer's perspective.
Yeah. He has this fantastic quote.
The customer doesn't buy when they understand. They buy when they feel understood.
Ooh. I like that. I like that.
That is such a powerful quote, and it's so true. And it reminds me of all those times.
Okay. I've seen an ad.
I've seen an ad that just made no sense to me. And I've judged the product or service.
Before realizing,
wait a minute, I'm not even the target market for this.
You are not the target market. That happens all the time.
It's like trying to sell steak to a vegetarian.
Perfect analogy.
Right. And it highlights the importance of specificity.
Yeah.
When you try to appeal to everyone, you end up appealing to no one.
To no one. Your message gets diluted and loses its impact.
Yeah. Think about it.
Okay. How many times have you seen marketing messages that tout better service or superior quality?
Oh my gosh. I see everywhere.
Those are meaningless.
Yeah.
Right? They're so generic. They're just empty promises.
They are. That everyone makes, but no one truly believes. So how do we avoid falling into that trap? How do we make sure our message is...
Well, it all starts with defining your target market.
Okay.
Clearly, and you remember the 3 key categories.
I think so. Demographics,
geographic details,
and psychographics. So demographics are things like age, gender, income.
Yeah, the basic stuff. Occupation,
the basic stuff.
Yeah, and then geographic details.
Geographic details are all about location.
Location, which obviously influences people's preferences.
For sure. And psychographics, this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah, demographics and geographic details are important, but psychographics are where things get really interesting.
Okay. Psychographics delve into your target market's values, attitudes, lifestyles, beliefs.
All that good stuff. Even those uncomfortable topics that people don't usually talk about.
Okay. But that reveal a lot about their motivation.
Like getting into their heads?
Yeah. Understanding what makes them tick, what they truly care about.
What they aspire to, and even what they fear.
I like that. To take this understanding.
So take this understanding even deeper.
Okay. Error introduces a concept.
He calls miracles and miseries.
Ooh. Miracles and miseries.
Yeah, and this is where things get really juicy.
Okay, tell me more about miracles and miseries.
So miracles are your target audience's dreams.
Okay, goals and desires.
What do they long for? What do they want to achieve? What would make their life better?
Okay, miseries, on the other hand, are their...
Pain points.
Yeah.
Fears, frustrations, and challenges.
Okay.
What keeps them up at night?
What are they struggling with? What do they want to avoid?
So it's about understanding both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
What they're moving towards and what they're moving away from. Exactly. And by understanding both, you can tailor your marketing message.
Okay. To resonate deeply.
To really hit home. For example, let's say you're selling fitness equipment.
Okay.
Now, when appealing to miracles, you might show someone achieving their dream physique, right, looking and feeling amazing. And to appeal to miseries, you might highlight the frustration of feeling sluggish and out of shape.
Yeah. So you don't want to be all doom and gloom.
Right, like some marketing Debbie Downer.
Yeah, but you also don't want to be all sunshine and rainbows.
No, making unrealistic promises.
Right.
You need to strike that balance.
Right.
Presenting a realistic but aspirational vision.
Okay, I think I'm following you now. Think about this for a second.
Okay. If marketing is about bridging the gap.
Between miseries and miracles. What does that tell you about the core function of marketing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right. I guess it means that marketing is really about helping people
solve problems and achieve their goals. Exactly. It's about showing them a path from where they are now to where they want to be.
Yeah. And that leads us perfectly into our next topic.
Okay. Figuring out where your target market hangs out online.
All right. This is something Earhart gets really fired up about.
Uh-oh. You know he can't stand it when people say their target market is everyone when asked where they're present and active online.
I can see why that would drive him crazy.
Right. It's like saying, you're going to fish in every body of water in the world instead of finding the specific lakes and rivers where the fish you want to catch are actually swimming.
Yeah. He calls those platforms marketing wastelands.
Places where you're basically shouting into the void.
Yeah.
Because your target market isn't there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead, he suggests aligning your target market's demographics with popular social media platforms.
Okay. And the good news is...
Yeah, there's tons of data out there about platform demographics.
So it's not that hard to figure out where your audience is most likely to be hanging out.
For example, we know that LinkedIn is great for B2B marketing.
Yeah.
And Facebook.
Tends to attract an older demographic.
Yeah. But you're right. Things are constantly changing.
Yeah. And new platforms are
popping up all the time. It can be a lot to keep up with. It really can be. That's why it's so important to focus your energy on one or two platforms.
Where you know your target market is most engaged.
Yeah.
Don't try to be everywhere at once. That's a recipe for burnout. and diluted efforts.
Agreed. Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
Always.
Always. So once you've figured out where your audience is.
Okay. It's time to think about
what kind of content is going to grab their attention and keep them coming back for more.
Yeah. That brings us to
content types.
Content types. And I know Earhart has some strong opinions about this too.
He doesn't believe
right.
in a one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay. He encourages businesses.
To start with.
Yeah.
A specific content type.
Yeah.
And then evolve from there.
I got it. Based on what's working.
Based on what's working. Now, we all know the big 3 content categories.
Right. Text.audio and video.
Right. And of course, you can always pair visuals with any of those.
Of course. So, you know.
Yeah. Earhart suggests having one primary long-form content format.
Okay. And supplementing
the
that.
Various short-form content pieces.
I like that. So, for example, your long-form content could be a blog if you love writing.
A podcast if you prefer audio. Or a YouTube channel if video is your jam.
Makes sense. And then your short-form content could be things like
social media posts.
Social media posts, short videos.
Short videos, audio snippets.
Audio snippets, or even email blasts.
Oh, yeah. It's all about finding what works for you and your audience.
And I know Earhart is super passionate about email marketing.
Okay. He considers it a must-have for every business. He actually makes it a priority.
Yeah, to evaluate a business's email strategy.
During his consultations, which is pretty interesting.
It's very interesting. And for good reason. Email marketing can deliver an incredible return on investment.
Yeah, we're talking somewhere between 3,800% and 4,400%.
Wow, those numbers are mind-blowing.
Oh, it's huge. Right.
But I think a lot of people struggle with email marketing.
Where do you even begin?
Where do you even begin? It all starts with a lead magnet.
With a lead magnet. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, yeah. Lead magnets are.
Yeah.
Those valuable things you offer people.
Exactly. In exchange for their email address.
Email address. It's like a little bribe.
Yeah.
A little bribe.
To get on the list.
To get on the list.
Yeah, Earhart has a great example on his website.
Okay. You can check it out at tedadamearhart.com/cheat sheet.
Awesome. Another option
is
to offer
a newsletter. Newsletters tend to attract a more loyal audience, but often have lower conversion rates compared to a lead magnet.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a trade-off there.
A little bit of a trade-off. By the way, Earhart also has a fantastic newsletter you can subscribe to at adamearhart.com/newsletter.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. Now, once you've got people on your email list, what's the key to keeping them engaged and actually opening your emails?
Okay, so consistency is key. Earhart recommends emailing at least once a week.
Okay. And ideally 3 to 4 times.
Think about it this way. If you only email once a month, people are going to forget who you are.
They're going to forget who you are. It's like starting a conversation.
Yeah.
And then going silent for weeks. Exactly. Not a good way to build a relationship.
So true. And considering the incredible ROI.
Right. Of email marketing.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to prioritize it.
I agree. Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground already.
Okay. There's one more piece.
What's the puzzle we need to discuss? The marketing funnel.
Okay, the marketing funnel.
Yeah.
It's like the glue that holds everything together.
It really is.
You can also think of it as a sales funnel.
Yeah.
Or a customer journey.
Yeah. It's essentially a roadmap that guides prospects towards becoming paying customers. I like it. And remember, not everyone is going to make it all the way through the funnel.
Right. In fact, Earhart has a mantra.
Okay. Most won't. Most won't. He likes to contrast the funnel with what he calls a marketing plate.
A marketing plate, which is basically just dumping all your traffic onto your website homepage. And hoping for the best.
So, not very strategic.
Not strategic at all.
Yeah.
That's a recipe.
Yeah. For disaster.
Yeah.
He actually shares a pretty shocking statistic. 98% to 99% of website visitors who hit the back button never return.
Oh my gosh. That's a scary thought. Yeah, it is. It really highlights the importance of a well-structured funnel that guides people through the process, nurturing them every step of the way.
Okay, so how do we actually create a funnel that converts? Where do we even begin?
Well, Earhart suggests starting with your desired outcome, which is usually a sale.
Okay, and then working
reverse engineer it again.
Exactly. What steps do people need to take before they make a purchase?
Okay. What information do they need?
What objections might they have?
Welcome back.
I am ready for more.
All right. So before we took a breather, we were deep in the trenches of Earhart's marketing playbook, focusing on those core elements with a solid strategy.
Now get ready for some bonus insights.
7 powerful tactics that he throws in there to really amp up your marketing game.
You know me, I'm always up for some bonus material. And I got to say, these additional strategies that he reveals are real gems.
They're so good. I was taking notes like crazy.
Let's start with one that's super relevant in today's digital landscape.
Yeah, building an engaged community.
Earhart emphasizes that community building should be at the forefront.
Yeah, of your marketing efforts.
Yeah.
Especially in a world where algorithms and organic reach can feel like a moving target.
Okay. That makes sense, right?
It does. It's not enough to just blast out your message anymore. You need to create a space where your audience feels seen, heard, and valued. A place where they can connect with each other and with your brand on a deeper level.
Yeah. And a strong community becomes this incredible asset.
It does. Members will naturally share your content.
Provide valuable feedback.
If it's passionate advocates.
For your brand. Think about it. People trust recommendations from their friends and peers more than they trust traditional advertising.
It's like having a built-in street team.
Right. Spreading the word about your business.
I've started to see why Earhart is so passionate about community building. It's about shifting from a transactional mindset, buy my stuff,
to a relational mindset. Let's build something together. Nailed it. And that leads us perfectly into Earhart's next point.
All right, providing massive value.
Massive value.
Yeah.
He's a big believer in going above and beyond for your audience.
Right. Exceeding their expectations at every touch point.
Okay. He encourages businesses to ask themselves, what can we offer?
That's so incredibly valuable, so helpful, so insightful that people can't help but share it.
I love that question. It really challenges you to think outside the box and come up with something. It's truly remarkable.
It's about creating content that's not just informative, but transformative. The kind of content that leaves people thinking, wow, I learned something new and valuable today. I have to share this with my friends.
Yeah, and when you consistently deliver that level of value, you build trust and credibility.
Which ultimately translates into loyal customers.
Now, this next strategy might seem a little counterintuitive.
Okay, that first.
Under-promise and over-deliver.
Under-promise and over-deliver.
I'm curious to hear more about this one.
I know, right? It seems like we're always supposed to be highlighting all the amazing benefits of our products and services.
Yeah, but Earhart believes that setting realistic expectations is key.
To building.
Yeah.
Long-term trust.
I think I'm starting to see where he's going with this.
Okay. It's about avoiding that disappointment that comes when expectations aren't met.
Right. It's like when you go to a movie.
Yeah, that everyone is hyped up. And it turns out to be a total flop.
Yeah. You feel let down.
You feel let down.
Right. Imagine promising the world and then failing to deliver.
Right. They can damage your reputation and erode customer confidence.
For sure. But if you set the bar a little lower, then exceed expectations.
You create a delightful surprise, and people are blown away.
It's like that feeling you get when you open a present.
Yeah. And it's even better than you expected.
Yeah, you can't help but smile.
You can't help but smile. It's all about creating positive associations with your brand. Now, Earhart's next strategy is one we touched on earlier.
Okay. Leveraging the power stories. I know you're a big fan of this.
Oh, absolutely. Stories are magic.
They are. They have this incredible ability to connect with people.
Yeah. On an emotional level, they make information memorable and relatable, and they transport us to different worlds.
You said it. Earhart stresses the importance of incorporating storytelling into every aspect of your marketing.
Right. Whether it's sharing customer testimonials, talking about eventing your brand's journey, or even using metaphors and analogies to explain complex concepts, stories, like bring your message to life.
So they make your brand more human, more relatable, and more memorable. And that's gold.
That's gold in today's noisy marketing landscape. Now, speaking of standing out, Earhart's next strategy is all about building a strong brand identity.
Brand identity. It's like creating a unique personality for your business.
Exactly.
Right? Something that sets you apart from the competition.
I mean, brand identity goes way beyond your logo and colors.
Okay. It encompasses your values, your voice, your messaging, the overall experience you provide. Think of it this way. If your brand were a person.
Okay. What kind of personality would it have? What would it stand for? What would its sense of humor be like?
Those are such great questions. And, it reminds me of something I heard recently. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Ooh, I love that. It speaks to the heart of branding.
Right. And when you have a strong brand identity, people instantly recognize you.
And know what to expect from you. It fosters trust and loyalty. And that's priceless.
And that is priceless.
Now, Earhart's next strategy might seem obvious, but it's often overlooked.
Okay. Track your results.
Make adjustments.
Track your results and make adjustments.
Yeah. It's like having a feedback loop.
Right. You're constantly gathering data.
Analyzing it, and then using those insights to improve your marketing.
I gotta admit, A/B testing is something I've been meaning to dive into, but haven't quite gotten around to yet.
Oh, really? Can you give me a quick rundown of what it is and why it's so important?
Yeah. What is A/B testing?
Okay, so A/B testing is basically comparing two versions of something.
Okay. Like a headline, an image, or a call to action.
You see which one performs better.
Okay. It takes the best work out of marketing.
Exactly. For example, let's say you're running an email campaign and you want to see which subject line gets more opens.
Okay.
You could create two versions of the email with different subject lines. Send them to your...
a small segment of your list and then track which one gets most opens.
Okay. The winner is the one you roll out
to the rest of your list.
Makes sense. It's like a little science experiment to optimize your marketing efforts.
It is. And if they're tracking your results and making data-driven decisions, you can continually improve your campaigns and get the most bang for your buck.
I like it. Now, Earhart's final bonus strategy is one that I think will resonate with a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners.
All right. Focus on building relationships.
Building relationships, in a world that's becoming increasingly digital.
Yeah. This feels
more important than ever.
I agree. It's about going beyond the transactional and fostering
genuine connections with customers, partners, even competitors.
All right.
It's networking, collaborating.
Yeah.
And finding ways to create win-win scenarios.
I like it. And building relationships is a long game. It takes time.
It does. Effort and consistency.
But it's worth it.
But it's worth it because those relationships can lead to invaluable opportunities, referrals, and even lifelong friendships.
So we've covered a ton of ground today exploring Earhart's marketing playbook and all the
amazing bonus strategies he throws in for good measure. And the final part of our deep dive, we'll bring it all together, distilling those key takeaways and giving you actionable steps to start implementing these ideas in your business.
Stay with us. We'll be right back to wrap up this marketing masterclass.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We spent this whole episode exploring Adam Earhart's marketing playbook, and I got to say, my head is spinning with all these incredible insights.
Mine too. It's a lot to take in, but that's the beauty of a deep dive.
Right. We get to really unpack these ideas and figure out how they apply to our own businesses. Yeah. Exactly. So for this final part of our deep dive, let's kind of shift gears.
Okay. And focus on bringing it all home. How can you, the listener, take all this amazing information and turn it into action?
That's the million-dollar question. Remember, Earhart's approach is all about moving beyond those random acts of marketing and embracing a more strategic, intentional way of thinking.
It's about building a solid foundation.
Right. And that starts with a compelling offer, clear goals, and a deep understanding of your target market.
It's like building a house. You wouldn't start by putting up the roof before you've laid
the foundation.
The foundation. So let's break down those foundational elements.
Okay, step by step. And you can follow along and see how they apply to your own business.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
First things first, define your offer. What unique value do you bring to the table? What problem are you solving for your customers? If you're launching a new business, think about a target market that aligns with your passions and expertise.
If you already have a business, take a look at your offerings and figure out which one has the most potential. You mentioned the 80-20 principle earlier, and I think it's worth reiterating here.
Yeah, it can be really helpful in identifying your most valuable customer segment and the offer that resonates most strongly with them. It's all about focusing your energy.
Right, where it has the biggest impact. Now, once you've got a handle on your offer, it's time to set your sights on those goals.
Okay. What are you hoping to achieve with your marketing efforts? More sales, increased brand awareness, a thriving community. Remember Earhart's analogy of the North Star.
I love that analogy. Your goals will act as your guiding light, helping you.
Exactly. Stay focused and on track.
So important.
Now for the fun part, diving deep into your target market.
This is where you get to play detective and really get inside your
customer's head. Go beyond those basic demographics and dig into their psychographics.
What are their values, aspirations, and pain points? What makes them tick? Remember that powerful quote from Earhart? The customer doesn't buy. When they understand, they buy. When they feel understood. That's what we're aiming for here.
It's exactly, to understand our target market so well that we can connect with them on an emotional level.
And don't forget about those miracles and miseries. By understanding
both what your audience wants to achieve and what they want to avoid.
Right. You can create marketing messages
that truly resonate.
For example, let's say you're a life coach who helps people overcome self-doubt.
Okay. When you're speaking to their miracles,
you
might highlight the joy and confidence they'll experience when they finally break free from those limiting beliefs. And when you're addressing their miseries, you might talk about the frustration and pain of feeling stuck and unfulfilled.
Right. It's all about creating a compelling narrative that speaks directly to their heart.
I'm starting to get it. Now, once you have
a deep understanding of your target market, you need to figure out where they're hanging out online. Okay. Are they on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
Exactly. Remember, you don't need to be everywhere. Choose the platforms where your target audience is most engaged. And focus your energy there.
You wouldn't go fishing in a lake where there are no fish.
You got it. It's all about finding the right fishing holes.
Exactly. Now, once you know where your audience is, it's time to create content that grabs their attention and keeps them coming back for more.
Experiment with different formats.
Okay. Text, audio, video, and see what resonates best with your audience.
I like it. Remember Earhart's suggestion of having one primary long-form content format, like a blog, podcast, or YouTube channel, and then supplementing that with various short-form content pieces.
Like social media posts, short videos. And those all important. Email blasts. And speaking of email marketing.
Okay. Let's not forget how crucial that is. Earhart considers it a non-negotiable.
For any business. It's one of the most effective ways to build relationships and convert leads into customers.
I agree. Start by creating a valuable lead magnet to entice people to join your email list. Something they can't resist.
I know a lot of people struggle with consistency.
When it comes to email marketing. But remember, Earhart's advice, aim for at least one email per week. And ideally, 3 to 4. Think of it like nurturing a friendship. You wouldn't ignore your friends for weeks on end.
No. Would you?
Definitely not. Consistency is key to building trust and staying top of mind.
Now, to tie everything together, create a marketing funnel that guides your prospects through a seamless customer journey.
Okay. Start with your desired outcome, work backward, mapping out the steps the prospect needs to take to become a customer.
All right. What information do they need at each stage?
What objections might they have? How can you address those objections?
Right, people.
And move them further down.
But right through the funnel, that's perfectly normal.
But by analyzing your data, you can identify any leaks in your funnel and make adjustments to improve your conversion rates.
It's like that old saying, what gets measured gets managed.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. Try different approaches. A/B test your headlines and calls to action and see what works best for your audience.
So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive into Adam Earhart's marketing playbook, I want to leave you with the final thought. Marketing is more than just
a set of strategies
and tactics. It's about connecting with people, building relationships, and making a difference in the world.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So what resonated most with you in this deep dive? What's the one step you'll take today to level up your marketing game? Share your insights and experiences
on social media, and stay tuned for more deep dives into topics that matter to you. Until next time, happy marketing, everyone.